What my historical learning has been, Guruji, through studying of history, that a lot of things changed after the advent of Britishers in India, right, and through British rule. I guess first of all, there was a different education system which was being followed in India before the British ruled us, right? Which was in the earlier times, it was ashram system, where I guess some of these teaching would have been taught to the kids, right? And then they completely changed the education system, which was done by Macaulay, right? To, I guess, with the motive that how we can control the people of this country better, and rather than making them free individuals, why not introduce a education system which imposes like rules and regulations on them, right? And doesn't allow free thinking, and keeps a individual and their inner potential bound, rather than being free, where it was like earlier prevalent in the Indian education system. That is a deeper point. I would come to that. But coming to the point of the trust, right? I guess also this has changed a little bit before and after, India as a country was attacked first by Mughals and then by British people, right? It would have changed the psyche of the Indian people, that maybe earlier we were a trustworthy people. Before the advent of British rule, the statistic is that 27% of GDP of the world was coming from India, and post the British rule, it dropped down to like under 1%, right? So we were rich, and we were well to do, and we were also trusting people. That is why we trusted the British also, and invited them to our own country, and gave them everything, and then all this thing happened. So after that, and then modern times happened, and I guess the trust has eroded completely in the Indian society. What I see is that in the Indian society currently, a son doesn't trust his own parents, a brother doesn't trust brother, a husband doesn't trust his own wife, right? So there is absolutely no trust. Even a person doesn't even trust himself, his own inner potential, right? That what they can do. They're like doubt about others and about themselves also. So there is so much like trust deficit in our nation. I have given a little bit of background as per my knowledge, but as per you, why did this happen, and like what is the solution to bring it back now?
You see, trust is your intrinsic quality, and it is something which has got to do with your own inner growth.
Mm-hmm.
Trust does not depend on the outside or external situations. In other words, it is an intrinsic quality in such a way that you that it does not depend whether the other person is trustworthy or not. The trustworthiness of the other is not required for you to be trusting.
Okay.
What I would like to say, it is something which is unconditional. Unconditional is, by saying it is unconditional, I mean to say that it is part of your being.
Mm-hmm.
It does not depend whether the other person is trustworthy or not. If you have got trust within yourself, an element of trust is alive within you, then your makeup will be entirely different. You will be entirely something else. And once you have got trust, then your relationship with others will also change. Because with trust, you are entirely a changed person. Without trust, you are entirely a different person. It is only with trust in yourself that you can be a person fulfilling relationship with others. Otherwise, you can't have fulfilling relationship with others. As you talked of British times and the times before the Britishers, the Mughals are the earliest, the education system. Even before Britishers and even before Mughals, we were in no way much better. I don't mean that these exploitative colonial rules had no impact. They had their adverse impact
Yeah.
on our education system and growth. But we as a we as individuals could never become a nation.
Hmm.
We were largely concerned with our own well-being.
Hmm.
We never focused on our material growth and material richness.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
We just kept on trying for our spiritual growth and spiritual well-being.
Yeah.
That is why all our efforts on the outside world, farming ourselves to become a strong nation, could not materialize.
Hmm.
We were several nations within one nation,
Yeah. True.
and these colonial forces rather do one thing good, that they kindled in us the spirit of
United.
organizing into one nation.
Yeah.
And our organization, our being organized into one nation, can be taken as a contribution of the British rule in India. That is one thing. But the fundamental thing is, when we are talking of trust, trust should be taken as an intrinsic quality which need not depend whether the other person is trustworthy or not. The trustworthiness of the other is not required for trust being within you. And the fundamental cause of trust not being within us, what do you think is the cause behind it? That we stop trusting others.
We don't even trust ourselves. How will I trust others?
Why don't you trust yourself?
Because there is always this doubt in my mind that, whatever am I doing, is it right or not?
And all these things have come to you how?
I have no idea. Like, maybe it was better in the childhood, but since, from the school era and, moving forward to college, etc., and even work, you're always in doubt, like, am I falling behind? Am I doing the right thing? What more I
Yes,
need to do?
yes, that is quite meaningful. There is, right from the very childhood, if you have been treated like this, that never trust people, the whole world is untrustworthy.
Yeah. Don't take toffee from strangers.
If from the very childhood you have been conditioned not to trust, if you have been conditioned to be distrustful of others,
Yeah.
then in due course of time, all through your life, you will start living a distrustful life. The distrust will get so much enhanced that you will not be able to trust even yourself. Whereas trusting yourself is the beginning of trust in your life. How can you trust yourself? That is the fundamental question.
Yes.
And the only way to trust yourself is to cultivate self compassion. At least be compassionate towards yourself, towards your own being.
Yeah.
At least respect yourself. At least don't torture yourself. The feeling of guilt which has been created in you right from the very childhood is the fundamental cause of all your distrust arising in you. Whatever has been done, you continue feeling guilty about it. Whatever has happened, you are always remorseful about it.
Yeah.
You did something, somebody said you have committed a wrong, you have been immoral, you have been sinful.
Yeah.
All these thoughts and emotions have been filled within you, and you have invited them within you. That is the root cause of all the distrust arising in you.
Mm.
But at the same time, I want to tell you that this trust can never be cultivated by effort, also.
Okay.
It can never be cultivated by effort or by your willpower. You cannot say, now I have taken a firm vow that I will be
Trustworthy.
trustful, trusting others,
Yeah.
and trusting myself. You cannot. This can happen only when you get rid of the doubts which continue prevailing inside you. And when you can understand and practice the art of letting go of things, you have to realize the futility of doubting everything. We have got a tendency to doubt everything and everyone. People say, learn to doubt. Don't take anyone as they say,
Mm.
as they seem, as they look, as you find. Doubt it. Why to doubt? It's all futile to doubt. It's all futile. How can you understand the futility of doubt? Without understanding the futility of doubt and without understanding the importance of letting go of things, you can never grow trust within yourself. If you continue doubting, you will create a hell inside you. You will never be able to be at peace with yourself. And if you start trusting people, if you start trusting things, if you start trusting yourself by being compassionate to your own self, if you start living a guilt free life, if you start practicing letting go of everything that has happened,
Mm.
entirely a new dimension in your growth will arise. You will experience trust arising from within yourself.
Right.
As I told you earlier, everything is happening in this existence.
Mm.
We are not the doers, we are only seers. So trust the trust the infinite intelligence of this existence.
Okay.
If you trust the infinite intelligence of this universe, which is the ultimate doer of everything, then one miracle will happen, that you will start trusting yourself, you will start trusting everything, you will start trusting everyone, even start trusting those who are unworthy of trust. And see the miracle.
Okay.
The miracle you will experience is this, that the person whom you have trusted may be untrustworthy for everybody, but at least for you, he will never prove untrustworthy. You will be the one person on this planet whose trust he will honor. And you will see the miracle that you will find that person as the most wonderful person of your life. You will yourself be amazed to find that this person whom I trusted had been so untrustworthy. Still, it was a miracle that he stood up to my expectations. He did not disappoint me. He did not disappoint me at all. So, this is the magic of trust. Try to grow it inside out and experience the magic out of it.
ठीक. Surely, I think Guruji, I will work on it.
Uh,
But again, this sounds like a little longer process, right? Of building the trust. Practically, though, like if I come
you
across.
see, it may not. It seems and sounds like that, but it is not like that. I tell you, once you start believing in the infinite intelligence of this universe, if you start trusting the infinite intelligence of this universe, you will find that you have started growing more and more conscious.
Mhm.
You will start growing more and more awareness within yourself. And that awareness, that consciousness, that state of relaxation which comes after being trustful to the intelligence of this universe is that miraculous energy which would develop trust within you and which will start creating miracles around you, that even untrustworthy people will start falling in line with you, they will start serving you, they will start working for you. And I have been experiencing this miracle every day and night. You also just take a step and see the magic.
I'll try it out, Guruji. But like if this day, if I meet a thief or a scamster,
Hmm.
right, and if I trust them, they will just take my money and run away, and then I'll be just left with crying. Uh, that why did I trust this person, and they took all my money, and now then how will I feed my family, etc. So like, what is the right process to do this?
I, I was expecting this question
Yeah.
from you. I was waiting for this question from you. That is why, while talking to you a little earlier, I said that you will have to learn the futility of all the doubts, and you will have to learn the usefulness of letting go of things that have happened.
Mhm.
In continuation of the same, I have to say that because of your trust, suppose you have lost something,
Yeah.
still nothing has gone. Whatever had come to your hand had also come from somewhere,
True.
and it has gone somewhere. That the things of life are coming this way, going that way.
Mm.
Everything that will come to you will go somewhere. And this life, as it has been said, is full of sound and fury, ultimately signifying nothing. So, this ultimate truth should always remain in your mind, heart, and soul. That life is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Ultimately, everything has got to go down to the dust. Now the question is, the hard realities of life which you may face if you manage to lose something of great value because of investing trust in someone.
Yeah.
The only thing required at this moment, which I would like to tell you, is that one thing should be added with trust, and that is trust without awareness, trust without practicing conscious living is no trust. That is what I had been emphasizing from the very beginning.
Okay.
That it is an intrinsic quality which comes when you start living consciously out of awareness. And if your trust is deprived of awareness, then naturally it may fail and it may create problems for you. So what you call trust, what people call trust, is very often mistaken.
Hmm.
It is not trust, it is not trust, it is greed in some form or the other, taking the form of trust, which becomes a source of tension and trouble and provides you pain. That is why I said trust is something quite divine that happens and grows within you when you start living more consciously a life of awareness. Hope the point has gone through.
Yes, yes, a little bit, yes. So basically, then what would happen if I start living consciously? Is it like, through my instincts, I would know who to trust and who
Yeah.
to not?
Through conscious living, you will grow trust within you in such a way that you will not be motivated by unconscious greed.
Okay, I understand. Yeah.
It is the unconscious greed which motivated some people for something and then it harmed them. But once you are growing trust in you out of awareness, then that becomes entirely a divine phenomena. That becomes entirely a phenomena that will create attraction into your aura and that will attract more and more trustful people around you.